Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
17-year-old boy among 3 charged for gun possession. The police have charged 3 males, including a 17-year-old, in connection with the seizure of an illegal gun on Strand Street, Montego Bay, St. James. The adults are 22-year-old Clive Lawson, otherwise called Greedy, of Catherine Mount in Montego Bay, and 50-year-old Richard Curlew, otherwise called Trooper, a taxi operator of Clark Street in Mount Salem. All 3 are charged with unauthorized possession of prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The incident happened on Friday, June 23rd. A report from the Montego Bay Police is that about 6 p.m., Lawson was seen acting in a manner that arose the suspicion of the police. He proceeded to enter a taxi, and the vehicle was stopped and searched by the police. They say the search yielded a single-action Browning 9mm pistol, along with 9mm rounds of ammunition. All 3 persons were taken into custody. They were charged on Monday, June 26, following a question and answer session in the presence of their attorneys. Their court date is being finalized. Manchester man charged for allegedly stealing $15,000 from woman's home. A 19-year-old man from Manchester has been charged with burglary and larceny after he allegedly broke into a woman's home and stole $15,000 on Sunday. He is Derek Morgan, otherwise called Dodos, of Muirhead District in Craighead in the parish. The Manchester police say a woman securely locked her dwelling about 9 p.m. on Saturday, June 24, and left. Upon her return about 3 a.m. Sunday, Morgan was allegedly seen in the vicinity of her home. Checks were made and it was discovered that a window was broken and $15,000 stolen. The police were summoned. Morgan was taken into custody and interviewed. During the interview, he reportedly gave a caution statement to the police admitting to the crime. He was subsequently arrested and charged. Woman's decomposing body found on Windward Road. The police have launched a probe following the discovery of a decomposing body of a woman on Windward Road, Kingston, on Tuesday. The body is of dark complexion, about 5 feet 3 inches tall, appears to be in its late 40s to early 50s, and has a low-cut hairstyle. It was clad in a red blouse with yellow and black patterns. Reports are that about 8:30 a.m., a passerby discovered the body and summoned lawmen. Upon the arrival of the police, the body was seen lying on its back on a plain field. The scene was processed and it was removed to the morgue. Anyone with information that can assist the police in identifying the body is being asked to contact the Ellison Road Police at 876-839-6875, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Education Ministry says it does not facilitate general transfer of students. The Ministry of Education is informing parents and guardians whose children will attend high schools through the Primary Exit Profile PEP exam that it does not facilitate the general transfer of students from one school to another. The ministry says it will only assist with transfers in cases of proximity where a student may have been placed at a school in which he or she would need to travel long distances from home to school. A bulletin issued by the ministry states that in other cases where parents or guardians are seeking transfers for children already placed in schools through the PEP placement process, these parents or guardians are being reminded that it is their responsibility to contact a school that is willing to accept their child or children. Outlining the procedure for transfer, the ministry said that the accepting school should provide the parent guardian with an acceptance letter, while the school where the child was originally placed must provide the parent with a release letter. The parent guardian is then required to write a letter addressed to the Permanent Secretary MOEY requesting approval for transfer. This letter must be accompanied by the acceptance and release letters and should be taken to the respective regional offices. Through regional offices, the ministry will send approval letters to the accepting and releasing schools within 1 week from the date received. For further information, parents may visit the ministry offices, which are open from 8:30 to 5 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays and 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Fridays. Constituencies get $4 million for urban renewal projects. The government has allocated $4 million to each constituency to facilitate urban renewal development projects. Prime Minister Andrew Holness told the Lower House that Phase 1 of the initiative will focus on restoration work in urban areas such as town centres of each constituency. These works involve, among other things, zinc fence removal, sign signal installation, and sidewalk repair. Mr. Holness said Phase 2 of the initiative will involve more detailed focus on restoration works. The Prime Minister noted that each Member of Parliament has been asked to submit a proposal for projects to be done in their respective constituencies.
The projects to be undertaken must focus on infrastructure, and these projects, Madam Speaker, will be zinc fence removal and replacement with approved materials. We are changing the face of our communities to remove unsightly fencing, park upgrading and creation of small, what is called pocket parks, installation, replacement of street signs. The street signs must be with the approval of the municipal authority. And I know, Madam Speaker, it is now fashionable to put up signs at the entrances of communities, but this project is not designed to do that. This project is designed for street signs, for communities where the street signs have been torn down or they have been worn out over time, to replace them. So, Madam Speaker, it's a very specific mandate for urban renewal. And of course, Madam Speaker, the paving of sidewalks and pathways in some communities, this is absolutely important. Madam Speaker, the Ministry is working to develop a specific program which will be in Phase 2 of this general urban renewal, which will focus on constituencies that have extensive urban areas. So in this first phase, all constituencies will benefit because all constituencies have some element of urban areas in them. But in the next phase, we will be seeking to focus, which is the mandate of this department in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, to focus exclusively on constituencies that have urban areas. Madam Speaker, members of Parliament must submit a project proposal for outlining the location, rationale for selection, the estimated duration and the impact of the project. And these proposals are to be submitted to the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation by Friday, the 14th of July, 2023. A letter will be circulated as is the usual practice, so you will know where to send your projects. The Ministry's Urban Renewal and Development Branch will provide technical assistance, including evaluation of project proposals and site assessments. All projects must be completed within budget and only commence after assessment is conducted and approvals granted.
PNP says recent poll shows many people think country is heading in the wrong direction under JLP leadership. An overwhelming majority of Jamaicans believe the country is heading in the wrong direction. This is according to the findings of the Dan Anderson poll commissioned by the People's National Party (PNP). PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell was presenting the results at a press conference. The poll conducted with over 1,000 respondents earlier this month indicated that some 53.3% of the citizens do not believe Jamaica is going in the right direction under the leadership of the Jamaica Labour Party. Dr. Campbell also noted that based on the poll, most Jamaicans think crime is the biggest issue facing the country at this time.
We found that 15.6% of the persons said that the country is going in the right direction. This is a decrease of 2.9% from the poll that was conducted in February of this year. So approximately 3% of persons less believes that the country is going in the right direction. 53.3% of those persons that were polled are of the opinion that the country is going in the wrong direction. I think that's a very significant figure. One, it is more than 50%, so it's an absolute majority. And two, it is more than 3 times the number of persons who are of the opinion that it is going in the right direction. Overwhelmingly, crime and violence is at the top of the list. 45% of the respondents said that crime and violence is the main issue affecting the country. And you had 16% said high cost of living, another 16% said unemployment, 6% said corruption. This is important because this is an issue that is causing a lot of public debate. It is one around which the members of the leader of the opposition and the members of the shadow cabinet have signed the Integrity Commission Code of Conduct. We have yet to see any member of the government signing it. 3% of those persons said that unemployment among young people. And so that rounded off the top 5 issues.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share,